Hi, how's it going? I'm Colin Gallagher, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to close $40,000 deals using LinkedIn DMs. So, as you can see, I've built a system for myself that I can get inbound DMs here. You are one of them, so hi. um, what the system does is it attracts people to you, so you know um, that they are interested in what you're offering. And it's not like every one of them is going to be a deal. Not a lot of these people are going to be qualified. But what we're going to do with all the people that we chat to is we're going to share something of value that they can take away, and then offer something or begin a discovery process where we can try to find out if they have a problem that we can potentially solve in a way that makes sense for them. So I'll run you through the system now, how it works. There's three parts. So there's one is the post, two is the conversation afterwards, and three is the documentation that you send to the person before you speak to them on a call to make sure that they're like 90. But let's go through the system now, and you can start closing 40 grand deals yourself. So first starts with a post. So basically you need to create a post with something of value that's related to, sorry, that is related. This might happen a bit, so sorry if I have to X these. This will attract people who are interested in the topic you're talking about. So here, for example, um, my my post was about if you spend more than 30 minutes writing a LinkedIn post, you're wasting precious time. So that was the first line. So this is going to resonate with people who feel like it takes ages to create LinkedIn posts and they want to find a way to do it faster. Boom. Okay, so they see more. Now we've got their attention. Now we want to gain their interest a bit. So you see, creating content helps you attract high paying customers. So this is kind of enlightening them as to maybe the benefits of it and drawing their interest in this could be applicable to me. But here's something you don't know. So the writing doesn't make you the money. You make the money after the post. So the idea, what I'm trying to say is you don't want to spend 10 hours writing a post. You want to write the post quick and spend more time in the conversations afterwards, because that's where really you're going to make the big difference. And a lot of people get writer's block. So I'm really just resonating with their problems here. And then I'm saying that I have a solution in a video or some form that they can that will solve their problem. So, and then if someone wants that video, then they're just going to DM me saying whatever keyword it is relative to that. So I've said I made a 6-minute video walking through how to use AI to draft infinite LinkedIn posts in seconds. Want to see the video? Send me a DM saying draft, and I'll share the video with you. So the goal is then you have a video that is very valuable, really breaks down everything in detail, and they can just go and take that. There's no pressure to go any further. So it's not a sales video, it's just a presentation of the thing. And that what that does is it builds trust in that you know what you're doing, and then you do this at scale, and then people start to come to you over time when you do it enough. So then we send out the post. I always advise adding a visual of what the framework will be. This is a different, or of what the thing is, so that people can get a bit of a sneak peek. So they're like, oh, I'm going to be getting this, but I want a more, this looks interesting, I want a more detailed version of it. So then we're going into the chat. So I'm not going to I'm going to show you a chat that I had. It wasn't an inbound DM, but it was kind of similar. So basically, it was a person that came to me who was interested in what I was doing, and then I ended up closing them for what began as a $3,000 retainer, but ended up making my business $40,000 over a period of a few months. So part of LinkedIn AI Mastery is showing you the various ways to deal with conversations as they come in. What you'll see as you go through the program is that there's 4 types of conversations you can have. One is an inbound DM, which is the type I'm getting here on the screen, as you can see. The other is a new follower, so they don't DM you, but you want to go DM them. The other is someone who engages on your post. So someone who engages on your post, so that that opens the door to start a conversation. And the other is cold outreach, which is the worst. So you want to the best ones are the inbounds, next is engagers, next is followers, and then the worst are cold outreach. The more content you create, the more posts you have like this, the more engagement you get, the more likes, the more inbound DMs you get. So you have to work a lot less to actually close the deals. So here's how I handle an inbound DM. So Oh, sorry, this was actually a new follower DM. So someone followed me that didn't reach out. I reached out to them, and you could in this case you don't have to try and pitch them straight out the door, because if you're posting about one topic, they probably just followed you for one of the posts you did. So then you can start into that. So usually I would say, hey, thanks for the connect. How's it going? Soft opener. They respond. Usually then I would ask them, why did you follow me? Was it because of my cool glasses or something like that, or was it a post specifically, something specific I posted about? But this person said, went straight in for the kill. They were like, can you send me some more info on your pricing and services? And usually that's a big problem for a lot of people, because they're like, oh, I don't want to give away the pricing, but I have to answer their question. So this comes to the third part of the conversation, where we have documentation ready to go for this situation that doesn't just tell them the pricing, but it further guides them on, and further builds trust, nurtures them, shows social proof and everything like that. So what I do, I call it my pre-call nurturing document. So this is an old version of what I had here. In it, there's a little call out for the person I'm talking to. Then there's some videos with quotes above, so for people who don't want to watch the videos. Then there's a breakdown of here's what we can do for you. Now this disqualification, your typical problems, the outcome, price anchoring, what do you get, some examples of my work, and then some, as I said, price anchoring to build out all the different parts, so that by the time they've read this, and then some FAQs here as well that people usually have. So then they've asked for more info on pricing. So I haven't said, what I've said here is like, I haven't given them the pricing, but I've said, if you go to these are all the things I do. If you go to someone else, that'll cost you, you'd pay between 10 and 16,000 per month. But because my systems are efficient, our monthly retainer isn't cheap, but it's not that expensive. So they'll go into the meeting knowing all these things, that knowing the social proof. They won't start asking you for referrals. They won't start asking for all these things, and it's just a lot easier to close the deal. So if you have a document ready to go like that, you can just send that straight up whenever you get popped with that question, and then you kind of flip it around and then take control, because this is, whoever's asking the question is taking control of the conversation. So you need to take control of the conversation. So the way to do that is answer the question, but then come back with, put them under the thumb and ask them questions. So the pricing, this negates the pricing. So the pricing specifically depends on your scope. So I'm deflecting the obvious next question to be like, what's the pricing? So I'm getting ahead and answering that. You have to tell me more information. So then it's like, who's your ideal customer? And then they give me a bit of information. Don't just jump onto a call. It's like, okay, great, boom. I'm still showing, not being too eager yet, asking more questions, confirming bits that I need to know. And then I want to transition and prove a bit of authority and potentially offer some a demonstration of expertise. So it's like, the TAM is big in your niche. Basically, I'm showing that I know something about their business. It's not just, okay, great, that works, brilliant. It's like, the TAM is big and people in your niche are very active on LinkedIn, i.e. I've worked in that before, but you're not trying too hard to kind of prove anything to them. Would you like to hop on a call to discuss? And then just a softener, it's good to put a moving face to a profile picture. And then time, organize a time, boom, and then the call is booked. If I hadn't sent through this document earlier, I would have sent it through at that point. Once the call is booked, send the doc then, so that they read it before the call, and that just stops the onslaught of who are you at the start of the conversation, and just you can get straight into it and really figure out if they're a good fit for what you're doing. So that's kind of the system. This, as I said, this turned into what was initially a $3,000 a month retainer, but it ended up being $40,000 for my business. The call itself was very quick. I think it was a 15-minute call. We closed the deal. I had pre-sold them beforehand. Everybody's still going to have questions when you're selling high ticket like that. They're still going to have little things that they want to know, and they want to put a face to the name because they're spending a lot of money. But it's just not an uphill battle. You can do it in one call, and things are a lot easier. So that's the system that I use to close $40,000 deals through LinkedIn. Feel free to go ahead and emulate it. Go back, have a look at this document. You can see the different sections in it. You can see the way to run the conversation, take control of it to make it easier, what types of posts to use, and so on. So this is as I say, this is just one of the frameworks inside LinkedIn AI Mastery. There's currently a launch sale on until 7 p.m. Eastern Time on Sunday the 19th. If you're watching that before then, there's a button on the top the top corner of this video, so you can go and watch another video that goes into more detail about what's inside LinkedIn AI Mastery. And I've also sent you a link to the actual page, to the actual page in the text that you've got. So best of luck. Good luck closing the $40,000 deals, and I'll see you inside LinkedIn AI Mastery. Thanks.